All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, what the heck? All right, I got super chats. I know this is great. Does this mean you guys are paying me to stay away? Thank you, Dave. Says go Leafs go. Tonight is the hockey. Tonight is the night, hockey fans. Civil says I can't let Dave Strange, the Leafs fan over here, be the only donation. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Can you still hear me? Thank you both of you. Thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. That's one way to start the stream off, unless you guys are paying me to stay away. Trey. Oh, I tell you, iDog says tonight's the night the Panthers break the losing streak. Of all the nights, like, let's put it this way. What did Maurice say yesterday? He said the idea of us feeling good no longer. He said something to the effect of, I guess he was blaming himself because I guess he was allowing the guys to use not feeling good as an excuse. You never know how he talked to the team, but the way he was wording things kind of sounded like he was blaming himself for taking things too easy on himself. So James says outside of the Leafs top 6, all are AHLers right now. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, well, it's going to be a good one. Hold on, let me blow up the chat so I can see. Meadow says use one of his cryptic messages. Us fans are left to decide in our basements. Right. Hey, JC, good morning. Yeah, good point, scientist. There's going to be a Panthers reunion. Lorenz, Stolars, OEL. That's a good point. Has he announced Spencer Knight is a starting goalie yet? Has Spencer Knight... I got to open up this window again. Damn it. Hold on. Hold on. Damn it. Come on. Open up. Oh, hold on. I can't do it that way. I'll bust my arm. Hold on a second. Okay. Jeez. I think I turned this heater too hot. Trey says it's Bob versus Stolars. Yeah, that's not a big surprise. This is going to be it's going to be a kick in the ass one way or another, right? This will have playoff game series written all over it. I hope. Please let us show up. Please. It's one thing if we're going to lose the game, but can we please show up and play our game? Like, I don't want to be sitting here saying we lost the Leafs because we didn't show up proper, you know. Trey says both coaches should have trolled everyone and had Wall versus Knight. That would have been great. That would have been great. Or we just call up Drieger, and I don't know who the third goalie for the Leafs is. So, Metal says, I swear if we get shut out by Stolars, both teams are going to be wanting to win this one. That is an understatement for sure. And look, I mean, it makes a difference in terms of the standings. I think, are we still only 3 points behind them? Where are we? Oh, not the weather, dumbass. Why did I look up the weather? Where's the standings? Yeah, so we're 8 points behind, and they have a game in hand. So we got to win this game. You don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. We want to win this game. So this should be good. Neil says no players added to the team replaced the team character loss from Montour, OEL, and Lomberg. That is unfortunately accurate. Not that they're bad, but it's just like I said in the recap, the juice, the energy, it's just not quite the same. It's just not quite the same. Dave says rumors Matthews coming back. James says he isn't yet. Trey says good if Matthews is back, the Leafs will lose. With Panthers do remember what happened to Boston against us. when who the hell was it that in the first one they had a couple players that came back in the first. Why can I not think of their freaking names? They got the dude only won the Selkie every year. Why can I not? Thank you, Metal. Thank you. Good God. My brain since the dog died is like 50% reduced in capacity. I can't remember anything anymore. Trey says they win more without him. Nobody knows why. Well, I mean, it's typical. That happens sometimes, when the big guy comes back, everybody says, okay, phew, we don't have to work so hard because the big guy is back, right? Look at Lundell when Barkov is out versus when Barkov is in. When Barkov is out, Lundell turns into Barkov. And then when Barkov comes back, Lundell turns into, a low quality version of Jared McCann. That might be a bit much. That might be a bit much. Jared McCann had 40 goals a couple of years, so I don't know. 6 of one, half dozen of another. Trey says he's the best scorer in the world and plays Selkie level defense. Makes no sense. They win more without him. Dave says even Maurice spent more time in the interview talking about our new additions. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what I've been talking about a little bit is that, yeah, maybe we're in the same kind of space that we were in last year, the same pace, still not up to our par and everything like that, which is fine, except for everybody else did get better. We did not get better. Leafs got better. Lightning got better. Bruins, okay, maybe the Bruins didn't get better. Washington's better. The Devils are better. The Rangers, a lot of teams got better, Dave says Leafs farm team has shown up. What's that? Is that when the guys from the AHL actually get a chance to play? Is that how that works? We're not real too familiar with that around here. Every once in a while, Maurice lets Samoskevich stay on the ice for 2 games straight. Other than that, our AHL guys, they're just permanently AHL guys until we trade them for Claude Giroux or Matthew Tkachuk. Dave says, I'm so ready for tonight's game, win or lose. I'm going to enjoy spending time with my friends here. We love having you here, Dave. It's good. It gives us a good balance, And that way, if the Panthers don't win and I have to cover the Leafs later on, at least I know I got a couple of people that'll watch. Trey says Rangers about to have a Marlins sale. I don't know, man. And not like what are they bitching about? Seriously, what are they bitching about? They got 25 points. We got 25 points. So, and they got 2 games in hand. I mean, the Rangers are technically in a better spot than we are. So why are they sound like a bunch of spoiled brats if they're going to try to blow it up? I mean, they're 12-7-1. It's not that bad. What's the goal differential? They got a plus 12 goal differential. What are they bitching about? Bunch of spoiled babies. Just let it play out. James says, full disclosure, I'm Leafs fans, but I enjoy watching you guys here. I got to say, we're very happy to snag Stolars from you guys. Yeah, James, that's cool. That's cool. It's all good. It's all good. It's a hockey channel, right? It just happens to be that, excuse me, I didn't mean to cough in the mic there. It's a hockey channel. It just happens to be for the Panthers. But, if we need fans of other teams. Let's just put it that way. We need fans of other teams, right? So that's and Trey says, I just work here. Yeah, in terms of the Rangers, I don't understand it, man. Tyler says, at least remind me of the Panthers when Maurice first got here. They are going to the Cup this year. I think they are playing really good defense. They were starting to get it last year, weren't they? Right? They were starting to figure it out last year. And all they needed was the Panthers goalie and one of the Panthers defensemen and one of our, bottom six players. And look, now they're good. Hey, Jackson, how you doing? Hey, Kenneth. Dave says Stolarz. You sure you want to say that? I'll say that. Stolarz needs a shutout tonight. Not sure you want to say that. Dave said it. Where's my screenshot? Hold on a second. Is it still there? It's right there. I just took a screenshot of it, Dave. Can't take it back now. When we get a goal 36 seconds in, you can't take it back now. Jackson says, I'm predicting an OEL or Lorenz goal tonight. Yeah, it wouldn't. A lot of teams have been taking shots from the point on us, so it wouldn't surprise me to see OEL do that, right? Dave, if it happens, man, it can't happen. It can't happen. That's not right. We can't allow that to happen. James, you're talking about Stolarz, smart and calm. Yeah, you're welcome. If you would have saw Stolarz the first, 2 weeks or a month last year, his rebound control was bad. Like AHL, like I didn't even know if it was AHL level bad. Like I thought he had rubber on. That's how bad his rebound control was. And then our coaches worked with him. And once he got that solved, right? Because if your biggest problem is rebound control, that means you're stopping the puck, right? You're stopping the first shot if that's your biggest problem. So once he got that solved, yeah, his numbers were good. Yeah, Trey says we hated Stoley for the first month. It's true. It's true. Jackson says apparently Maurice had a tough practice yesterday, made it a hard one. I guess that's the button he's going to press. I thought we were just going to do the line blender. Barkov, Lindell, Samoskevich, Luosterainen with Bennett and Kachuk. Reinhardt, who's left? Right? Who's left? With Rodriguez and Verhaeghe. I mean, just throw them all. Throw some fourth liners up there in the top six. I don't care. Just that's the button I would have pressed. But Paul's got the cup. I don't. I got a cup, but I had to make my own. I got a cup, but I had to make my own. They didn't give me this one for nothing. That's okay. iDog says, I think if the Leafs lose, chat went too fast. He says, I think if the Leafs lose, they should leave OEL, Stolarz, and Lorenz in South Florida. I agree. I absolutely agree. 100%. 100%. Especially OEL. They should just let us pick one. We don't really need Stolarz back because Knight's doing so well. But, boy, we could use OEL back. That's talk for the Leafs, talk about hurting your rival by also adding to your own team. That hurts. We miss an OEL. James says, the moment I fell head over heels for Stolarz is when he made that barehanded puck grab. He's a lunatic. Yeah. And, he's a late bloomer, right? But that's okay. A lot of, sometimes these goalies, it takes a while. Dave says, no takes backs. Well, you stole them. We didn't give them to you. You stole them. You guys didn't have to pay them. You could have said, no, OEL, you're not worth it. You don't need that money. Stay in Florida where you're appreciated. Guys didn't have to take them. Kenneth says, who do you get if you win? You can have Adam Boqvist. You can have Boqvist. I weigh more than that dude. So you can have him. All right. Kenneth says not Ekblad. Oh man. That's funny. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should have thought about giving him Ekblad, but Ekblad would fight him. Ekblad would fight it too much. Like those the body cam videos where the people fight getting thrown into the cop car. That would be Ekblad if we ever tried to trade him or move him. He'd fight it bad. So Oh, well, look, the Leafs are going to, I mean, at least you would think they're eventually going to win. Question is can the Leafs beat, a Western Conference team? Trey said, if Cousins worked on the second line, so why not try Greer, Gadjevich up there and keep Carter on the third line? Gadjevich, I wouldn't mind trying Gadjevich up there. Greer had a good first 2 weeks, and then he's just disappeared. He disappeared like my hair. He just absolutely just fell off the map. I think he had that one hit the other night, and he got a penalty for it. So, but I'm just trying to do it so that we get the top line of Barkov with Lundell and Samoskevich. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I just want to see it. I'm not saying we have to keep it that way. And then I don't know why I'm putting Luosterainen at 2C, but just because that's what we need to do. But I guess that's not the button Maurice decided to play. All right, James, appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you tonight. Dylan says, to anyone going to the game tonight, do this for the love of God. Don't chant "We Want Florida." Don't chant "We Want Florida." Trey says, you can do Boquist if you keep Nosek at 4C. Is Nosek going to do anything? No. I miss Eric. Nosek makes me miss Eric Stahl. Forget about Stenlund. Nosek makes me miss Eric Stahl. I'm not saying he's bad. It's just it's like colorless Jell-O, right? It might taste like grape, but if it doesn't look if it's not purple, is it really grape Jell-O? Nosek is a 4C, but what are you going to do? Oh, Kenneth says, I went to the CHL Prospects and U.S. Development Team last night in London, Ontario. Dubas was there and 300 NHL personnel. That's cool. Dave says, it's going to be a good game. The Leafs know what tonight is about. It's going to be crazy that 3 players from tonight, the Leafs will receive. Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't even think about that, about receiving the rings. You're right. Scientist says he's only good for his face-off percentage, which he is good at that. He is good at that. Did Eric Stahl retire? Can he come back? I'm kidding. Come on. I'm kidding. Green says, was it 9 guys we lost from the cup runs? I don't think I've seen a team healthy. Let's see. Working backwards. Lomberg, Cousins, Stenlund, Lorentz, Stolars. I'm not going to count Claude Giroux and Tarasenko because those were just pickups. But also Gudis is 6. I mean, I guess if you want to count Tarasenko and not Giroux. Tarasenko, Giroux wasn't with us for the cup run. That's 7. Montour is 8. There's got to be at least one more that I'm forgetting from the first cup run that we lost. Oh, well, Duke. We kind of got rid of Duke. Yeah, Okposo, right? The Stalls. Jesus. Yeah, we're at 11 now. Mahura's 12. Jeez, we could create a pretty decent team with the guys we've lost. We could actually, I should do that in a video. I should create a team of just guys that the Panthers lost from the 2 Stanley Cup final runs. Lyon. Right. Bambi's working. You're thinking now your brain's doing what mine does, Metal. Trey says, if you put Mackey at 1L, you can slide Erod all the way down to 4L and give them a shot in the arm. That's the beauty of Erod. He can play anywhere. I got no question. I got no problem with that. Oh, hold on. I'm screwing up my screen here. Hey, thank you, Dave. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dave. He says, Leaf fans are watching. You watching tonight. Now, Dave, I have a question for you. This is a legitimate question. because I understand, and I don't blame you one bit, but I don't think Leaf fans have considered the possibility that they might lose this game tonight. So what is the general attitude / consensus going to be from Leaf fans if it's like 5-2 Panthers? If we just like show up and we're like, we're still the champs, like because I don't think Leaf fans have considered that possibility. Kind of like I didn't consider the possibility that we were going to lose to Vegas, and then we did. So Kenny says, I bet on the Panthers. I told you yesterday, right? Yeah, well, that's the smart money. I mean, how many games in a row are we going to lose? Now, the Leafs get the angry, pissed off Maurice version of the Panthers. It could actually give a false image the opposite way, right? It could actually give a little bit of a false image either way, where if the guys just come in with the ass handed to them from Maurice and tonight is the game, that we take that out on the other team, it could actually give us a little bit of a false image of, us being way better than the Leafs or something like that, if you follow what I'm saying. It's going to be a good game. Just Bobrovsky, please, man. Come on, bro. Don't make us regret taking Spencer Knight off the ice. Oh, this damn knee of mine. I got to go get a massage. Ugh. So many days in a row at the gym, and my IT bands, if you guys know what that is, my IT bands are just killing me. I can't get comfortable in this chair. Metal says, I wonder what timeline gets opened up if Ullmark is healthy in the 23 Boston series. Right? I mean, forget about it. Just the timeline if Bob doesn't make the save. If Bob doesn't make that save, I mean, we all know it's game 5. There's 5 seconds left. Right? Here comes Marchand. It's over. We're not even mad at that point, Metal. Game 5 against Boston, that first series, when Marchand's coming down and there's 5 seconds left, we're not even mad. We're Panther fans. We know it's in the back of the net. We already know it's done. We're not even mad. And then Bob makes the save. And that was it. That was the timeline change right there. Bob making that save. Trey says one of those massages where at the end they tell you to flip over. And I never been. I want to enjoy the massage. I never been into that. It's never been. I don't know. I want to. First off, I want to enjoy the massage, and secondly, I don't need to pay for it. Even when I was young, and spry, I didn't need to pay for it. That's for sure. And now I just like, hey, I'd rather spend the money on a new mic or something like that. To be honest with you, Trey, I'd rather get a better. I bought that Rode mic and I set it up. I need a better stand, and of course the mic has tech issues, so I might have to call Rode tomorrow, brand new out of the box, and it was cutting out on me. So I got to look and see what's going on there. But Dave, it don't do anything for me. It don't do anything for me. Because I need massage. Excuse me. Remember, I was a weightlifter, bodybuilder, and an athlete when I was younger. So my thighs and hips, especially. I mean, my IT bands, they'll get hard like a kitchen table. I'll get a 2-hour massage and have somebody just work on my thighs and hips, because otherwise I get so tight. I end up taking these short little choppy steps because I can't walk. Lukey says, I love this here for 2 reasons, and one of them lives in Maurice's head. Dave. It's true, though. Trey says, why is every 5'6" dude a bodybuilder? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I guess it's because it's less, like if I was 6'6", that's a lot more muscle and stuff to get into shape. You know what I mean? It's a lot more muscle and it's a lot harder to, I would assume it's a lot harder to get a 6'6" body in shape than a 5'6" body in shape, just because there's less size. You know what I mean? So, but no, I'll easily pay $100 an hour for the right massage therapist to work on my thighs and my hips. Trey says didn't want to be a jockey. Dave says they have to. I actually didn't have to, Dave, but that's because I was a black belt in judo. So I in fact, I was a black belt. I passed my black belt test in judo before I became a bodybuilder. So I didn't have to worry about that. Because any of you guys that have practiced martial arts, you know that it becomes reflex. I've got myself into trouble a couple of times. It just becomes reflex. Like you don't, but somebody does something and like you blink and you've thrown them 5 feet across the room and you don't even realize that you did it. You know, and then you're just like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have thrown that person across the room. Chris Wilson says, I'm 5'6". It's easy for me to put on size 2 and the muscle isn't as long as someone who's 6'6". Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth of it, right? Trey says, I think he meant have to for the ladies, not for my safety. No, didn't have to there either. I didn't. These eyes weren't always washed out. I had, I can't find it. I had like the bluest of the, when I used to go to the grocery store, I hated this too. This will tell you how much the culture has changed. Like women would never say this before. And now, when I used to go to the grocery store with my mom, I'm 5, 6, 7, full head of obviously dark brown hair and like these bright blue eyes. And the cashiers would tell my mom, "Oh, he's gonna kill the lady. He's gonna be a lady killer when he grow up." And can you imagine now, like a cashier telling some woman that their kid is gonna be a lady killer now? This stuff that happened back in the 70s and 80s that now people would like lose their minds over is just hysterical. William says, did I ever dabble in jiu-jitsu? No, never did. But mostly for me with judo, I would Tomoe Nagi your ass and then you couldn't get off the mat. That was it. Yeah, Trey says you're going to be a Ted Bundy. Trey says that's true. You look like Travolta's mini-me, right? Dave says my blue eyes got me caught up in child support. Close, I became Al Bundy. That's yeah. Well, I shaved my head though, so it's okay. It's all right. Chris says when I was a kid, I was also called Lady Killer. Yeah, it's just a weird thing to be called. You know what I mean? It was weird, and of course, what really got people kind of screwy, especially as I got to be like 12, 13, and I would still go places with my mom. My natural mom left when I was 3. So Debbie she's my mom. She's my mom, but technically stepmom. But the point being is that she's a little young. she's a little young and she looked really young. So I don't even, I should know how old my mom is. She's 7 years younger than my dad. My dad's 78, so my mom's 71. I'm 53. So she was only 18 when I was born, as far as I think I got the math right. And so when she married my dad, I was like 3. So by the time so that would have made her like 21, 22 when she married my dad. So when she was taking me to the store when I was 12, she was like 34 and she looked like 22. I kid you not. She was like 34. She would still get carded. And that's when alcohol was 18, not 21. So we would get really weird looks because I had a full chest and a beard by the time I was like 14, 15 years old. So we would get weird looks because people couldn't, like, she don't even look 18. And we would get some weird looks. They said my mom's name was Debbie too. Really? You too, Kenneth? That's interesting. That's really. Jay-Z's on 53 BC because my social security is number one. Oh, okay. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Bill says, welcome back to the Story of Life Story of Life podcast. Subscribe for more, right? iDog says, I'm in my late 20s, losing my hair, and I still get carded for R-rated movies because my face looks so young. Kenny says, yeah, Deborah, but yeah, call Debbie. Yeah. iDog, I started losing mine at 29. Everything was fine. And I every summer I would go get a crew cut. So I go, the guy says, you want your crew cut? I'm like, yep, get my crew cut. So he gives me my crew cut, which basically just like shaved, like, maybe a quarter inch. And I got home and I didn't even know how it happened, but I'm like, wait, oh. And I had like a quarter. It's a little quarter thin spot. Wasn't quite bald. And I panicked because, when your hair is longer, you're not going to notice a quarter back there. You wouldn't really realize it. And I was still fine in the front. I hadn't started losing anything in the front. I was at 29 years old. Hey, thank you, Silva. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Silva. I see that Zito's made a move. Truber for Samuel, 1-for-1. That ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. If that happens, I take all this water and I just pour it all over the laptop. I don't know what that would do, but Scientist says I'm 34, fully bald, and still get carded. That's funny. That's funny. The carding stops once you start to get a little bit of white, right? I didn't buy alcohol. Like, I didn't drink. I didn't drink. Like, the first time that I actually was at a bar and like ordered a drink, I might have been 40. And that's the truth. I didn't drink. It was Mountain Dew. I didn't need the alcohol. I just give me this is so bad. This is so bad. But it's true. You're not going to believe what I'm about. When I would go out to the club, I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. I would get a 20-ounce Mountain Dew and take 1,500 milligrams of Tylenol. That's a true story. 20-ounce Mountain Dew, maybe Cold-Red, 1,500 milligrams of Tylenol. And dance all night, drive home, put the rods in the car, go to the fishing pier. Kenny says, when I got carded, I didn't show my card. I just took off my hat. Guy says, a couple times I picked up my younger brother at school, and because of my beard, I was mistaken for our dad. Yep. What did Silva say? Okay. Thank you again, Silva. But I know, he says, if Zito trades Sam Miskevich, we should all go to the stadium with picket signs to protest and use Jaws face on all the signs. Yeah, you have my permission to do that. It can't happen. He's the only guy in the team with any legs right now. At least in the top 9, he's the only guy with any legs right now. He better not take him out tonight. Better not take him out. That can't happen. That cannot happen at all. So remember I told you I got a free turkey. I didn't realize it was going to be a frozen turkey. So hopefully it defrosts today. So I can cook it tomorrow. I was just going to bring it home and cook it last night. But I brought up the turkey to the register and they tried to charge me. Like, you said it was a free turkey. And they're like, no, it's the frozen turkeys over there. I'm like, God dang it. So I had to carry this 15-pound fresh turkey back and then go get, it was like a 12-pound frozen turkey. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah, I should be okay. It should be okay. I left it in the fridge last night and I took it out this morning and and it's rock hard. Like it didn't defrost at all. So I got it out by the stove now. So it should be okay. It's only 12 pounds, so it should be all right. But yeah, at least it was a free turkey. But I was going to cook it yesterday because then I would have got both legs. Because Kyle eats, Kyle's going to eat the legs on me. I know it. But yeah, well, it was a free turkey for spending $400 at the grocery store at the last 3 weeks, which is normal. That doesn't include the meat. I get my meat ordered in elsewhere, so that gives you an idea. Well, sometimes I buy Kyle the cheap meat sometimes. Dave Green says free food is almost always the best food. That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, Craig says I can still cook it frozen. Yeah, but I want to make my homemade stuffing. So I gotta. In fact, when we're done here, I gotta go back to the store because I forgot. Well, no, I think there's a loaf of bread that's in the freezer. But then we won't have any bread for sandwiches. So I gotta go buy some bread. I gotta go buy some bread, get a couple of items because I make a homemade stuffing, right? So if it's frozen, it's hard to get your hand in the ass to get all the giblets out to put the stuffing in. See, that's how I do it. I don't know how you guys do it, but I put the stuffing in the bird. You got to put the stuffing inside the bird, soak up all that juice. So I'm gonna make that. And I think I'm just going to make a big load of macaroni and cheese as a side because Kyle doesn't eat vegetables all that much. And he's going to have leftovers from his mom. He's coming home today. He's going to have leftovers from his mom. So I think I'm just going to have that. Yeah, Metal. I appreciate that. Hey, Glow Collie. Green says, my kid eats chicken nuggets, grilled cheese, and pancakes. Kyle hasn't made pancakes in a while, but I'm trying to drop some weight. I'm trying to, kind of got flabby there turn over the summer with everything that happened with Fluffy and everything. Hey, thank you, David. Thank you, bud. Hey, I appreciate that. It says, happy Thanksgiving. The Stuffy's on me. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Much, much appreciated. That's probably how much it's going to cost for the 2 loaves of bread and the seasoning too. So you bought the stuffing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Glow Call says, really enjoy watching your videos after each game for the last few seasons. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm not quitting. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We have, as Trey knows, Trey don't give it away now, but as Trey knows, how can we put this, Trey? The profile of the channel has been lifted. Can we say that, Trey? Is that a fair assessment of the situation? iDog says, on How I Met Your Mother, they stuffed the turkey with a smaller turkey. Yeah. Cordial wants to know if the Dolphins, are we talking about the Dolphins? No, that's not. The Dolphins are tomorrow. Says, hey, Jaws, are we going to win tonight or lose to the Leafs? I think it's got to happen tonight. It's got to happen tonight. You lose 4 in a row, 6 out of 7. God, jeez, I hate saying that. That is 2 out of the last 14 points. It makes me sick to my stomach. So, yeah, we have to win tonight. Even if we got to go to overtime. Maybe we get Verhaeghe going again, and it's Verhaeghe in overtime. Yeah, that's got to happen tonight. I appreciate that, Jackson. I appreciate that, bud. Trey says it's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, it's going to be. We're going to be taking some pictures, Trey. I appreciate that, Jackson. Green says, was Kyle selective eating when young? He was selective eating because we selected for him. We selected for him. Now, if we left him all to his own devices, his thing was macaroni and cheese. But the problem was that when the autism crept up about age 2.5, took them off the gluten. So we'd had to get gluten-free pasta. And you're talking 20 years ago. Gluten-free pasta 20 years ago was not what gluten-free pasta is now. It was not the same. You put the pasta in the pot and it's supposed to boil and turn out like mac and cheese, but it would turn out more like brick of cheese. Yeah. He still eat it. He still eat it, but he's never been real big on vegetables and stuff. He gets into a phase every once in a while where he wants to have vegetables. And usually what happens is he wants to have salad, so you buy him some salad, and then the salad just goes bad. Paul Maurice says, I'm still the best coach in the league. Paul, I swear, if you bench Mackey again, you're getting banned from the channel. Serious as that. Green says, I can't get mine to try anything. It's some texture thing for him. Yeah, texture was a little bit of an issue. Now that you mention it, soft stuff, excuse me, soft stuff was usually okay for him. But like stuff like watermelon, he didn't want to eat it. You know, fruits like that, he didn't want to eat. Trying to think what he did like pineapple, still does. So you kind of have to think about, you know, it's weird. Once they get something in their mind where it's like, I don't like this, I don't like that, they'll have a really, I don't want to use the word violent, but they'll have a reaction to it where if you try to give it to them, they'll throw up just from you trying to give it to them. It's a lot of work. Paul says he plays hard. Yeah, all right, Paul, you're good. We'll keep you around. Who said that? Oh, I see. Jay says we're having turkey, and I really don't like turkey. There's a reason we only eat it once a year, but we're also having what? What? You're having scarbosa? Did you kidnap scarbosa and you're eating them for Thanksgiving, Trey? What? I don't think banned Bomo. Oh, here we go again. Oh, man. Barbacoa? What? It's shredded beef chunk. You're saying it's beef chunk, right? Beef, not beef cheek. It's not the cheek of the cow, right? It is the face cheek, not the. It's really face. It's shredded cheek. Oh. See, when I drive down the road, they've got the Shetland cattle. I believe that's what they called. We call them the fluffy cows because they're like cows, only fluffy. And they are absolutely adorable. And when I drive by them and I see them every day, and not once have I looked at them and said, that looks like food. That said, if I was at a restaurant and they was like, well, we don't have steak, but we got Shetland cattle steak, it's like, did you pluck the hair off? So, but when you drive by them every day, it's not the same. It's not the same. They're so freaking cute. The Shetland, is it? Wait a minute. Is that what they're called? Hold on a second. Cordell says it's actually really good. Jaws is like super soft pot roast. I'm sure it is. I'm sure. Let me see if this is what I'm talking about. If that's the right name for these things, Shetland cattle. No, that's not them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. There it is. Okay. Some of them are fluffy and some of them are not. The Shetland cow. Yeah. They're so cute, though. Pork cheeks are actually pretty good. Barbacoa is fucking amazing. Try it if you ever get the chance. Throw it on a tortilla with your usual taco fixings. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it. It just never crossed my mind that I don't know why it would bother me. Don't tell Kyle what it is. I can guarantee you that. Kyle, you want some shredded cow face? You can forget that. Trey's Mexican. Oh, well, that's okay. Trey says, in true Florida man fashion, we're eating faces. Yeah. I had a chance to get some deer about a month ago, but I've had venison before. It's too gamey for me. Jay says it is a Mexican dish. Dave isn't being racist. I don't think Dave was being racist. I don't think saying what somebody is. I don't think we've gotten to that point. I don't think we've gotten to that point where if I look at somebody from Cuba and I say you're Cuban, that it's racist. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. I don't know. Ghost Layer says one of my favorite memories overseas was eating freshly cooked goat off the street of Iraq and not getting dysentery like the majority of the platoon. Oh, so you got the one good piece? James says, I forgot the question mark. You got the one good piece of goat Slayer. Jackson says, calling a red apple red is not racist. Case closed. I agree. And those are the only apples I like, too, by the way. They're kind of the cheapest, but they're the only ones I like. Like the Gala and the Granny Smith and all that. They're too mealy for me. I like my apples crisp. It's gotta be crisp. I would eat my apples straight out of the freezer if I could. Dave says it does seem strange that the captain of the Leafs is from the desert. It's a good point. Trey says it could be insinuated they're calling me a Mexican because I like to eat faces as racist. Oh, I see. I get what you're saying. That makes sense. Yeah, apple slices with caramel. I haven't had those in years. Used to get them at the fair, the caramel covered apples. You don't have them here at these fairs. The fairs around here are mostly animals. Just like 4 rides when the county fair comes here. Poor Kyle gets desperate and wants to go anyway, though. So he has to pay for tickets to go on. They got the swings. That was okay. But some of the rides are just like they just put you in a cage and they just spin you and they just do all of this crap. I can't even watch it, man. I'm gonna die watching it. Gold Slayer says I grew up eating wild game meat, so I figured that might have been why. Wild boar sausage is really good too, amongst venison, elk, gator, and frog legs. Oh, good. Stop yawning, Joss. Now, I've had boar, deer, and my Uncle Robert, I believe, made his gator one time. If people, gator was not really bad. If people figured out really, maybe they have down there, right? I guess it's got to be a pain in the ass to clean, though. Not like cleaning a fish. Green Loogie says, I miss the old fairs, those with the bulbs that just light the flake paints. You know where I miss going? Do they still have, all the way down there in South Miami, did they still have that Santa's Enchanted Forest down there? I remember going to that years ago. God, I was with my girlfriend then, so I don't even think I was 18. I must have been 16 or 17. I was with my high school girlfriend. You guys, iguana? Ugh. I have problems eating the animals that I would want as a pet, which kind of shortens the list of things I could eat. Why am I yawning? Come on. Trey says, my dad used to always tell me when I was a little kid that McDonald's burgers were kangaroo meat. Now I want to have a real McDonald's burger. Oh my God. He told you they were kangaroo? Why? Why? Why did he tell you they were kangaroo? What was it, so you wouldn't eat it or wouldn't want it? That's crazy. Yeah, now Buffalo says Buffalo is the best for butter burgers. Are they still, like, I guess the only buffalo left are farmed buffalo, right? Is there still any wild buffalo left? Eventually, we're going to run out of things that aren't farmed. I can't stop yawning. What the hell? Trey says he wanted me to stop asking him to pull into the drive-thru. Did it work? Did telling you it was kangaroo, did it work? Jameson, no, it didn't work. Beaver tails, but they're so cute. What do you do with the rest of the beaver, though? Like, do people eat the rest of the beaver, or do you just walk around chopping off beaver tails and make them? Do they grow back? Do the tails grow back? You just catch a beaver, chop off the tail, throw them back. It'll grow back. Kenny says there's lots of wild bison in northern Alberta, Saskatchewan. All right. Trey. Dave. Well, yeah, but you have to be specific. Which beaver? Is it the beaver that will get the channel demonetized, or the beaver that won't get the channel demonetized? We have to be specific here. Trey. Oh my God. So about the hockey game, what time is the game? How did we even get here? James says, any Canadian want to fill jaws in on what beaver tail is? I've actually never had one. Like stone crab? Hold on a second. What was I getting ready to look at? What was I looking? Oh, the game tonight. How did we get here? One day I gotta watch our things and see how we got. So the game's at 7:30. So I'll have Kyle be there a little bit early tonight, right? It's like a big donut thing. Excuse me. Sorry. You thought I was searching for Well, hold on. Here we go. Let's search for beaver tail. Let's see. You can't see it. You can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. It's too bright. But it's pictures of cooked beaver tail. Oh, Dave says, yeah, beaver tail is a deep fried dessert. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Maple beaver tails. But is it what is beaver tail made of? Okay, hold on a sec. You sons of bitches. It's a beaver tail pastry. It's a dessert. Beaver tail is a fried dough pastry made with whole wheat flour and pulled by hand to resemble the long, flat tail of a beaver. It's then topped with a myriad of delicious garnishes. Anything from the classic cinnamon and sugar to whipped cream and Nutella are fair game. Okay. All right. That's fine. But then we get to the other beaver tail. The other beaver tail says beaver tail was a delicacy amongst mountain men. It's a great source of fat, which can be hard to find in the wild. I simply grill the tail over a high heat, crack it open, and use the fatty goodness that's inside the tail the same way chefs use bone marrow. It makes for a very delicious appetizer. So, is both. Meadow, there's nobody here that would have timed you out. I don't think we even have a mod. I don't even think we have a mod. How long did you get timed out? That's so weird. How long were you timed out for? I'm sorry, but I don't even think we have, unless Rosado's here. Rosado, did you really get timed out? Maybe a minute or two? I've never heard of YouTube timing somebody out on their own. Green says the chat messed up for me too. It was adding others' responses. Wasn't interesting. All right. Well, we'll have to pay attention. We'll have to pay attention because none of that was happening when Rosado didn't have a wrench. Trey says defund the mods. So yeah, beaver tail is either or. There's beaver tail dessert and there's actual beaver tail. So either way, I'll take the dessert. Absolutely. All right, everybody. I got to roll. I got to go do the pack and ship. Kyle's not here. So I got to go find the stuff. I got to go do Kyle's job. That's what I got to go do. So he will be live at least 15 minutes before the game, maybe a half hour. I'll make him work a little bit extra. We'll do that depending on what kind of food he brings me home. Thank you all for the super chats. Genuinely appreciate it. Somebody send me some beaver tail pastry. That sounds good. Pick the pastry, not the other. We have beavers around here. They're so cute. They did little tail. I can't eat that tail. What do you do with the rest of the beaver? It's not right. It's animal abuse. All right. We'll see you tonight. Thanks again, everybody.